Hey guys, what's up? Back again with another thing. So today's topic really is what many people nowadays have kind of given up on, which is religion or a god. Um, I've never attended a church in my life besides, a funeral or a wedding or whatever like that. I never really attended one. So I've never been baptized either. So I'm not Catholic. I'm not technically anything. But I do believe in God. Um, the only religious stuff I've ever really been a part of was religious ed back in elementary school, and I think the last year of well, it was my fifth grade year, uh, the elementary school, so it was my last one heading into middle school. Pretty much after my year, they got rid of religious ed in the trailers. Now, you know, I understand, uh, you know, keeping state from church, two different things. But the one issue I do have with the states and school range stuff, um, they say church and state are separate, but then the states have the gall to bring the military in and trying to recruit kids from high school to the military. Now, the issue what I have with that simply is this: if they can't teach me about God, then they should have no right trying to preach to you or trying to get you to sign up for the military. And I'm sorry to say this: if you go and say you're gonna make money, we're guaranteeing you money and and a way to travel, any 17, 16-year-old kid who is entering high school will keep that in their mind, and they do it for the money. Like, I'm not lying. Um, People nowadays care about money more than anything, and they're willing to sell out for anything. Look at, I'm not trying to put anybody on blast or anything, but look at our music nowadays. They do it for the money. They don't do it for making music. They don't give a shit about that. I mean, look at Katy Perry. Look at Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, she made some decent music. I'm not gonna lie, but Madonna's already done everything she's done back in like 1990, 1980s. It's already been done. You know what I'm saying? So people care more about, they would rather put faith in money than anything else. Um, and really, believing in God doesn't mean anything. You don't even have to attend a service for church or anything. You don't have to go to the temples if you're Buddhist to pray, uh, whatever. You don't have to do any of that because it's not believing really. It's putting your faith and having faith in something. Such as if you have faith in pretty much a person, so you marry him, that's putting your faith in him and hoping that it'll work. Well, I put my faith in God, solely not because everything in the Bible or anything. I'll be the first one. I've never read the whole Bible. I've only read, you know certain amounts of stuff, and that's about it. Um, but I have put my faith in him, and everything. What's weird about me was since my grandma died back in '98, and I was only 5 years old at the time, and I've always kind of been a loner. Um, I've never really thought anything different. Um, Besides, if you do bad things, eventually bad things are gonna happen to you. That's all. That's how I've always felt. And if you put others in need or try to help others, uh, one day it might come back to you, and maybe something good happens to you. That's why whenever people are like, "Well, you make all this money, or you make money, or you have this money, and all this," I'm like, I always tell them first thing. I've even told my parents, money's just money. I really don't care about it because, like, growing up as an only child, I did get a lot of stuff as a child simply because I had no other siblings and my parents didn't have to worry about buying, say, three things for every, or one thing for every child, and they had three kids. They only had me, so yeah. I'll be the first one to say this. I've never worked an actual job in my life, and I'm gonna be 20. Um, you know, what I have done to earn money, like during the summers, I mow yards. I mow like three different yards. I do everything around the house that I can to make some money, which is consists of laundry, clean up dog poop. I do cook at times, dishes, pretty much anything they need help around the house to try to help them. And that's how I make my money. It's not really much money. Personally, I don't really buy much of anything. So the reason why I have so much money is really I don't buy much. Um, like video game wise, I pretty much buy one game a year. Pretty much that's how it is. Even if there's anything good, but to get back to really how I why I believe in God, simply I've always said that God in different religions, they've all pretty much spoken of the same God. I feel that's why I always say every religion is intertwined with each other, believe it or not. Um, I mean, if you're Muslim, you have the seven pillars of Islam, I think it is. You got the Ten Commandments if you're Christian, Catholic, or whatever. I think Quran, and then you have all that stuff. Uh, and personally, I think it speaks of the same God, simply because pretty much the same basic principles of every religion is to help others, not to kill or harm innocent things, and all this. And I just feel like if people would accept the fact that even if you don't believe in a God, the Ten Commandments, are the basic principles of a way of life, um, and try to accept that and try to better themselves by trying to do their best with the Ten Commandments. That would be a great start for all, you know, the human society of this planet, because there's so much hatred. Believe it or not, I recently posted a post on Facebook. Um, I'm anti-military. I'm anti-guns. I'm anti anything like that of killing people. Uh, I'll get this straight out. Personally, I've been also told by people in the military I should go kill myself. I shouldn't be in this country and all this stuff. And my response to that is because I've always been a loner. I never follow anything. I wear the same clothes I've been wearing. Like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I could go buy new clothes. Um, I've been wearing the same clothes pretty much for 4 years, except I do get shirts now, once in a while. But it's not like I'm gonna go out every week and buy, three, four different new shirts. I don't have. I'm not gonna go only wear a shirt one time and then never gonna wear it again. That's just not how I am. I was never raised that way. Quite frankly, I don't know why people do it, but they do, and it's their life choice if that's what you do. I love hoodies. I wear hoodies all year long. I have hoodies pretty much from really heavy hoodies for really cold weather to really light ones for spring and summer and that, because I like wearing hoodies. That's pretty much what I always wear. And I also wear double shirts. It's just what I've always done too. Simply because I've always been used to it. Um, and I think growing up in a middle class family where pretty much I don't get everything I want, or I don't get everything given to me, has made me really an easier person to understand how to be able to be happy with less, I guess. Because I don't have that much, I don't have the high tech gear or whatever. I have a lot of technology stuff, but like I said, once again, I pretty much buy majority of my stuff. Um, all the games, all the gaming peripherals such as mice, keyboards, headsets, webcams, upgrades to my computer. I buy it all. all the games. Like I said, my HD PVR that I've always been recording off of, I bought it with my own stuff. Um, but the thing is, I've always posted on, I've always been one to post, me not liking the military on Facebook. But the reason why I don't believe in a military, and I say military from all spans of every religion, every country, it's all intertwined together because the radicals over in Iraq and that say Allah and all this stuff, they say that the corruption of us, the Western worlds, have corrupted their religious beliefs and their livelihood and all this. And I've always said that war and militaries pretty much spawn hatred. Um, if it's not, say, take 9/11 for example. Uh, the people over in, the terrorists bombed, 9/11, the World Trade Center and Twin Towers and that. It spawned hatred from the families and the backlash of pretty much every American saw this on TV for months, and pretty much spawned hatred for the whole countries over there, and really it's only, consumed of radicals. It's not consumed about every person over in that country. Um, and that just spawns hatred, and then we declare war on them. We pretty much kick the door in and then kill. There have been videos on YouTube where you kill innocent people, and then that's just gonna spawn hatred from them, and their families. If it's not the father, it's probably the mother. If it's not the mother, it's probably the wives, children. It just keeps snowballing, and it spawns hatred. Um, and yeah, that's why I believe we don't need a military. I just feel if people try to get along and try to help others out, there'll be less hatred in the world. Um, and pretty much people need to get rid of their pride and egos and just try to help others. Um, like, I'm willing to give anybody money who needs money. Or if they're hungry, I'm willing to feed them because I would hope somebody would want to do that for me. Um, so yeah, that's my whole thing. That's my whole take on, excuse me, my whole take on religion. That if you don't believe in God, that's fine. Like, I have no issue with that. It's just the people who don't believe in a God or anything, they always feel like the people who do always attack them. And quite frankly, that kind of hurts me because I have friends who don't believe in God, and I'm fine with it. And like, if I mention anything about God, they get upset with me, and they just tell me to shut up and that. And it's just like, I understand that you probably don't want to hear it, but to put me down on that just because I believe in something, it's kind of stupid, personally. Um, so yeah, I've been believing in God ever since my grandma passed away back in 1998. Solely because I have seen stuff in my life, which really does suck. Um, but it's okay, because it drives me to never want to, drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, do weed, or none of that because I don't need it. I don't go to the doctors. I don't even like going to get, blood work done. Simply, I'm not afraid of needles. It's just, if something is wrong with me and I have to start taking medication and that, I don't want to be a medicated dependent where I only need, I can't live without these pills. I can't live with, these drugs. It's kind of stupid. I don't even like taking ibuprofen for pain. I'd rather just, deal with it. Like when I weightlift, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have a muscle right here. I don't know if you can see that right there. When I lift right here, this is what I'm talking about. There's like a little vein right in there. When I lift, sometimes this vein gets caught on the bar, and it's like it numbs my whole hand. Now, I could have that surgically removed, but I don't want to, simply because I don't want the after effects. I don't like medicine. I don't like any of that. Just simply because I've been in a hospital and I've seen somebody die in a hospital, and I just, I'm not a big fan of it. But I have put my faith and my beliefs into God simply because, I don't know what's gonna ever happen to me once I die. I know once I die, I'm dead, and the only thing I get to carry over with me, either if I go to hell or heaven, is simply what I've done as a human. Um, and to be able to help anybody I can possibly can, that's the best thing for me because I'm willing to help anybody who is in need or anything. Um, like this past year, I've taken two dogs and who my neighbors neglected. Uh, they threw them out there for over an hour in like 10-degree weather, and they're puppies, and they were really skinny in that. And I took them in just to find out, that it was them who did it. Their sister threw them out, and they never opened the door for him. Dropped him off, never opened the door for him to let him in. And then as soon as I gave him back, I've never seen him since. And you know, as a person, that really upsets me because I really love animals. Um, and to see dogs like that, and like they're super cute. I'm not gonna lie, they were black labs, and like they were really cute. They were brother and sister, and like my parents, as soon as they saw me in the morning, they started kind of getting upset with me. But simply, as soon as I told them like what happened, they weren't as upset. Um, and helping stuff like that in need is what I pretty much try to do in my everyday life. Like if I can't help somebody, um, say solve a math problem, I'm happy with myself because um, I've always been one to be quiet in that. But to be able to help somebody who may need a little help is something that I pride myself about. And for me, I've pretty much, like I said, I've been pretty much a loner in my life. I've only dated like possible. Well, I'm not really. I've never said I've never dated. Um, the last chick I kind of got close with to open up and all that stuff kind of turned out to be really bad. And I'm not gonna tell you guys my whole life stories or anything like that. Um, but it just didn't end well. Um, and yeah, that stuff happens every day, and I've kind of moved on. Like I talked to a few people, and that's really about it. I mean, if you come up and have a conversation with me, I'll be gladly to talk to you. Um, but I only really open up to maybe two, three people of that, and that's about it. And that's just how I am. And I'm my parents have always said I need to go get a girlfriend or something because I'm gonna end up like my uncles or whatever. But the thing is, for me, being alone because I've been alone for a long time is really the only thing I really want because simply it allows me to focus on whatever I want to do. Um, and two, like my cousins all have kids now and that. I'm not saying this. I'm not making an excuse of why I don't want a kid or anything like this. It's just I get annoyed really easily. Like I hate, you know, either people yelling, people, screaming like little children, um, or just people throwing attitudes at me. I'm just not really fond of it. That's why I've also always stayed clear of pretty much my family. I just don't want to deal with any of that because I get aggravated really easily. I don't have anger issues. It gives me a headache, and I'm I'd rather not deal and have a headache and all that stuff. Maybe in time if I allow it, but you know that's just how I am. So anyways, guys, this is my whole belief slash the reason why I've always tried to be my own person, um, and always be happy. So yeah, this actually helps me out as much. I hope it helps you. So if you have any questions about this, maybe opening up and maybe giving it, you know, a chance of believing. Um, you know, there are some things in the Bible I don't agree about, but I'm not gonna sit here and say because one thing I don't agree in the Bible, I'm not gonna believe in God. Um, I mean, there is very very strong words in the Bible, which I do kind of hold and cherish in my life. Um, but yeah, try to give it a chance. Uh, if you're an atheist, give it a shot. Don't just say, this is stupid, uh, and this is just a book of lies, because pretty much most books are all lies. So, if you can get into a fantasy, like such as say you take Harry Potter, if you can read into Harry Potter and enjoy them, maybe if you just open up or Google, um, you know Bible verses or whatever, and you come across one you really like, that might help you. Um, so anyways, yeah, you know, uh, thank you for watching this. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any issues with what I've been saying, or if you have questions about me that you want answered or whatever, and I would love to answer for you. So anyways, guys, second video, uh, yeah, I know probably you want the gameplay and me to shut up, but this is just something that I just wanted to open up to you guys about, and I hope you guys enjoy. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Uh, More gameplays here coming very shortly, I promise to you guys. I have a few Call of Duty ones I'm going to be uploading here very soon, so stay tuned, and I'll talk to you guys very soon, once again. So, have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys.